So I was caught out with a question the other day. Someone asked me what I meant by 3 notes per string scales. And I realised I've just never covered it before. I've done plenty of lessons using them, but I've never actually explained what they are. So I thought I'd do that this week. Now, when I first learnt to play the guitar, one of the first 2-octave scales I learnt was this one. It's one of those scales where you do a finger per fret and you work your way. Which fits nicely under the hand. As I say, you play, each finger has its own fret and you work your way. Which works quite nicely, fits under the hand quite nicely. But the problem I started finding was around the B string. And the problem with the B string is that there are 2 notes on that string. Which meant that when I was playing lines and runs and moving patterns around the neck, I found that I had to have a special set of rules for navigating across the B string versus all the other strings. And when I moved to another position, for example, just here, and I used the same sort of finger per fret type patterns, the string with 2 notes in this position, for example, is the G string. So, as I say, it fits nicely under the hands, but I had to have special rules for the G string in this position, and the fact that the string with 2 notes on changes as you move over the neck meant that I had to play patterns and shapes in this position differently than I would in that position. And it just felt like there must be a better way. And I experimented with this. This was back before the internet, so really I couldn't look these things up. I just had to play around with it. But what I found was that I could invent a fingering where every string had 3 notes. And I found as I worked my way up the neck that you could do that in every position up the neck. And suddenly I had a scale pattern, a scale shape that had consistency. It had the same number of notes per string as I moved across the neck that way. So I could play the same kinds of patterns just here as I could just here. And the other thing is that all of the patterns moving up the neck had 3 notes per string as well. So I could apply the same kind of rules to the patterns up here as I had down here. And the fact that we've got 3 notes per string is where the name comes from. So what I suggest you do, the way I tend to recommend people learn these is first to learn the pentatonic scale and learn the pentatonic scale up the neck, and then move on to the 3 notes per string scale shape, and understand the 3 notes per string scale shape in the context of the pentatonic as well, so you can understand, okay, this is where this 3 notes per string pattern fits, and it fits around these pentatonic boxes as well, so you can move between one and the other. So let's zoom in and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to be working in the key of G major and just work my way up the neck and go through each position with you. So we're starting with the root note on a G on the E string, on the 3rd fret of the E string. And if you have a look at the charts, you should be able to work out, look for the chart with the root note on the low E string, and that will play a G major shape. And the nice thing about this one is it's relatively easy to work out or to play and memorize, because you're basically repeating the same pattern across pairs of strings. And the other thing I like to do when I'm trying to memorize these is figure out where's the relative pentatonic boxes around this. And I know one in G major, one is just here. So that's the one with the root on the 3rd fret of the E string. next one up with the root on the 5th string is this one. And you should see that because of the diagonal nature of the 3 notes per string shape, it kind of fits between the two. Okay, let's move on to the next one with the root on the 5th fret. So there's my 3 notes per string shape. And again, it fits between 2 pentatonic boxes. The first one with the root on the 5th string is this one, the same as we did before. And the next one up is the root on the 7th fret. And then back to the 3 notes per string shape we have. Right, moving on to the shape around the 7th fret, we have this. And just like before, this fits between 2 pentatonic shapes as well. So with the root on the 7th fret, we have this shape. And the root on the 10th fret, we have this shape. Okay. So the next shape we have going up is with the root on the C note on the 8th fret, so we have this kind of shape. And I tend to see this as sitting over the top of the pentatonic box around the 10th fret. Kind of sits over that shape really. Again, it's moving diagonally, but it's moving diagonally from just before that shape to just after it. Okay, next shape up has a root on the 10th fret. So this one sits again between 2 pentatonics, so the same shape as before, the root on the 10th fret. And the shape with the root on the 12th fret. Okay, let's move up to the 12th fret then. So the 3 notes per string shape around here is this one. And again, this sits between 2 pentatonic boxes, the one with the root on the 12th fret. With the root on the 15th fret. Just playing through that again, we have this. And then moving up again to the last shape, we have the shape with the root on the 14th fret. And this one largely fits over that pentatonic box with the root on the 15th fret as well. Though you can kind of see it straying over to the root on the 17th fret. And playing through this again, we have this. And then we're back to the original shape, an octave up. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully that was useful for you. As I say, I've attached a PDF in the description which has all of the 3 notes per string boxes drawn out, so you can use that to start to understand these scale shapes and start to work them up and down the neck. So good luck with it, and we'll chat next time. Goodbye.